Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Lu'wahini. My ID number is 2018-6104. I'm from TBI3, 5th semester. Here, this video is for my medium task of language testing assessment. So I would like to get interview with one of my teacher and headmaster when I was in junior high school, exactly in junior high school of Nahdlatul Ulama Bantaran. So let's get started to our video. Assalamualaikum, Mr.
Waalaikumsalam.
So I have already prepared some questions for our interview for today. It's talking about measuring our score. So let's get started to the first questions. Have you ever measured our test for your students?
Yes, of course.
What kind of test is it? Is it something like quiz or midterm test or something like final test?
All of them have been practiced in my school, actually for my students, although it is for quiz test and also for middle test and the final test. Because three of them are usually can be standardization of the school today to measure the students' approach, the student achievement on the language test.
So means you have already tried many examinations to measure students' ability in every kind of skills. Then here to make good test, we have to there are three things that should be in our test. The first is reliability, validity, and practicality. Have you ever considered that your test has already included 3 points of that?
Yes, of course. Reliability means the teacher must have standardization on make the test for the student can be reached automatically for the student, and then reliability must think the teacher, especially for language teacher, English teachers, because reliability, it means the teacher have to focus on determine the using the the language approach to student, and also standardization and validity of the test. We have to make that the consistent of the test. Reliability means we have to consistent on the test. We have to make the test is trust for the student. Something like not making trap to the student, and the test can be used for every student on the every levels.
Then how about the validity side?
Validity means that we can use the test not only for the one level students, but the test can be used to every level student. There is sometime like a consistency or for the test, so the teacher can make the administration of the test can be good, and also the result of the test can be measured for the teacher, and the administration of the validity of the test can be not for the student and the teacher. It means that validity is almost used for the teachers to make a consistency data for the student test.
In validity, the example I made the content of test. The example I develop students in listening. So the content of the test will be in listening. Is your test conduct this also?
Yes, sometimes I conduct it.
Okay. Going to the third questions. Have you ever conducted tryout for your own test? The example, if we have already made our test, then we are going to implement to our students. So we are going to try to another class to know that our test is good. Have you ever conducted this tryout?
Yes, of course. I conduct it.
How do you conduct it?
We can make such kind of quiz test and also practice test for the students. So we, as the teachers, they can see what they have learned between teacher and the student. Sometime in my student, we usually use traditional traditional teaching and learning. Yeah, for example, like public speaking and also written test. Maybe sometimes we can use the speaking test, such kind like this.
Then now going to the fourth question. What is your opinion about a good test?
Actually, good language test, we must think reliability, validity, and practically. Three of the best thing point must be designed for the teacher before we give the test to the student.
So a good test consists of 3 points: reliability, validity, and practically. Then, according to you, what should a teacher do to have a good or appropriate test for your students?
Depend on the student ability. Yeah.
Yeah.
We as a teacher we cannot make the test for every level of the student. As the teacher we must know reality for the student ability between the teacher gives such kind of a test to the student. We have to make sure that our student can can accept our our material in the classroom. We cannot use every material and we give that to the student. No, we have, before we enter, we are entering to the classroom, we must know very deeply to the student ability, so we can make sure that our test, our teaching and learning can be successful in the final step.
So before conducting the test, we have to know what's actually students' ability. Now
Yes.
on to the sixth. Today is COVID-19 pandemic. How do you conduct a test for each language skill? For example, we are going to make tests for reading or speaking and writing. How do we conduct in this online learning?
Yeah, in pandemic era, as every teachers in the world, especially in Indonesia, must think deeply, very technique and strategic in the pandemic learning and teaching. Most of our strategies in pandemic era are learning, teaching, and studying. So sometimes the teacher can give a reading task. They have to read something or find out such a little book in the internet by themselves, and they might be make a little summary, and then they can send by email or by WhatsApp, something on that. And also, yeah, like that. The pandemic era make we have to even as an English teacher to student, what is it? Adventure learning by doing themselves, because we as a teacher cannot meet them each other every day like before in the pandemic era.
So we have to know the technique. Then we use technology
But that not online teaching and learning not can be used for every student, because my student especially, some of them didn't have such kind of mobile phone, might be of the signal of the internet in their area sometimes is not strong. Yeah, it's not strong. They have to find out moving from one place to another place. It is one of the difficulties in the pandemic era for teachers and students.
So there are difficulties.
Moving class with their friend. They can visit the teacher. Maybe sometime such kind of there are special problem in their internet data, because some of their parents didn't have much money to give their son or their daughter the data.
Okay, because all of the questions have already been answered by my teacher. So thank you very much for your time. That's all from our interview for today. The last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.